Hello, 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 best friends. Come on in, honey. Come on in. Happy Monday to all of you guys. Come on in, honey, and let's have a little bit of a chit chat before I end my day. So, for those who are just coming in, and maybe you don't recognize me or you like, girl, you don't typically be over here like this. Well, let me introduce myself to some, reintroduce to others. I am Sean Johnson. I am just one part of what we affectionately call the Johnson Family Network over here, girl. And you may know me for a few different reasons. One of them is because I am one of the co-founders of Sincerity Johnson, our amazing fashion brand. Shout out to our Sincerity Johnson best friends. And then you also may know me because I am one of the moms to Kennedy and Caleb, our amazing twins. You guys have seen them as well. All right. So that is who I am, but hello to everybody. It is so good to be hanging out with you guys. And I'm calling you, because I just want to have a little chit chat. And then, see how everybody is doing, check in with everybody and all of the things. Let me make sure that my screen is good. There we go. So hello, everybody. Hello. I think the last time I called you guys, what was the last time I called y'all? Today is Monday. I think I may have called y'all Thursday, I think. No. Me and Candy called y'all on, was that Saturday? Girl, I don't remember. My days is running together. Hey, Miss Deona. But I'm calling you guys because you guys know that we are taking you along this journey as Candy and I go ahead and make this final journey to separation, honey. And we are just bringing you guys along with us so you can kind of see how things are going with us still being under one roof and still co-parenting and still running our business and all of the things. And in the midst of that, as we go on that journey, we will open you guys up or let you guys see a little peek into how that's going and what we are learning about ourselves. What are we discovering? And just how things are going as we make that final transition to a new chapter in our lives that does not include one another. Girl, go figure. Girl, what does that even look like, right? But one of the things that I thought I would come and talk to you guys about is because I have seen some comments from some of the best friends that was like, girl, what Candy say the other night? What the older folks say, girl, it's better than you to me. So some of the best friends are kind of just like, girl, I don't know how y'all do it. It ain't no way. It ain't no way I can live with my ex. It ain't no way that I could do this. It ain't no way I could work with. It ain't no way, right? Well, one of the things that I am seeing and that I am discovering between Candy and I is that boundaries, honey, is what is helping us remain sane and continue to be able to move forward and do things the way that we need to do, not only for the kids, but also for the business, right? And I think this is probably, if I'm honest, when we've gotten to this point before, we've had boundaries, but this is the first time that I say like we have like concrete, like for real boundaries, like hard stop type boundaries. Like, okay, yeah, we don't even need to even go there, talk about it, blah, 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 blah. Like we have like concrete boundaries because there's a level of respect. That's okay, Miss Barbara. I figured it was probably a mistake. No big deal, honey. I think that we understand that we have such a level of respect for each other and that we have so much like what's another word? Like we just have so much respect for each other that we're just like, okay, we need to make sure that we have boundaries because at this point in this phase, we know what the goal is. We know what we're doing. We know what we are trying to accomplish. And so let's just focus on that. And then anything else is just irrelevant. Like there is no point of us making this decision to move on and go our separate ways. And we still having disagreements over stuff that don't even matter no more, right? Like, you ever see somebody that still be having like relationship type arguments, and you be like, but like, why y'all arguing about it? Because y'all not together no more. Like, why is you still doing that? And I think that we have realized, like, that's not going to serve a purpose. Like, if it's not getting us to the goal that we have set, and if that's not moving the needle forward for us to get to the next chapter where we're trying to go, if that's not beneficial for Kennedy and Caleb, if it's not beneficial for Sincerity Johnson, if it's not beneficial for what it is that we're trying to accomplish, then what we even talking about? Like, what is the point, right? And so I feel like we have really just, when I say that Candy and I have evolved, we have evolved, y'all. Like, I literally see it in us. I literally see how we come together and how we take care of business, and then that's it. Like, girl, like, when I say boundaries are crucial. And if you are the type of person, because I have been that type of person, right? I have been that type of person where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna set this boundary, and then, girl, a good breeze come through, and girl, the boundary gone. Cause I didn't wrote it in chalk. Girl, I didn't wrote it in salt. Girl, I didn't wrote it in sugar. Girl, I didn't wrote it in so many things that thing don't even stand. Like we have really set those things concretely. And I think that because we have done that, it has helped us so much. Like, girl, if you don't know how to set boundaries, best friends, you're gonna find yourself being taken advantage of people. You're gonna find yourself being in situations you're not supposed to be in. You're gonna find yourself running yourself ragged back and forth and driving yourself crazy. Like, you have to be able to set boundaries. I remember a best friend was asking us a while back. She was saying how she was trying to set boundaries with her, I think it was one of her kids or something like that. And it seemed like they just kept testing. And you want to know why people do that? And I'm not saying that that's our story. I'm just saying this comes with the whole topic of boundaries. When people do that, it's because you've not stood your ground before. It's because you've not set that boundary in stone, and so they don't take you seriously. Like, they'll hear you say something and be like, "Oh, okay. Let me give you a day or two to cool off, or let me like skate under the radar for a little while. Let me, try to bleed into the background, girl. And then once I feel like the coast is clear, I'm gonna come back, because you're not gonna stand firm to that boundary anyway. And then I'm gonna end up getting what I want anyway, or I'm gonna get my way." Girl, people will do it, honey. People will try it, honey. So when I say boundaries are crucial, boundaries are crucial. And what I'm also learning is that sometimes boundaries may not even necessarily be for the other person. Sometimes boundaries are for yourself, right? I know, and this is a part of my self-discovery and becoming more self-aware and all of these things. I know, right? And I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna put it on record. I have a soft spot. Okay? I ain't gonna go into too much detail because I don't want to give too much, girl. But I'll just say this. I know that I have a soft spot. And so sometimes the boundaries that I'm placing is not even for the other party, it's for me. So that I can make sure that I stand firm and keep the goal, the ultimate goal in mind. And it also helps with my healing process, right? Like, if you pick up what I'm putting down, I can't move forward and I can't continue to heal if I don't set boundaries and I hold myself accountable. I'm gonna let that sit for a minute because somebody gonna catch it. Somebody still trying to figure it out in their mind. They like, okay, that's not quite computing. Let me try to figure it out. But I'm gonna let that sit for a minute, and then you're gonna catch it and you're gonna be like, show you right. I get you. I get you. I got you. Right? Thank you, Miss Mary. I appreciate that compliment. She said, you're looking very pretty. Thank you. So sometimes keep that in mind. Sometimes boundaries is not even for the other person. Sometimes the boundaries have to be set for yourself so that you can exercise a level of self-control, exercise a level of accountability to yourself, exercise a level of making sure that you don't fall back into past behaviors, make it so that you can keep moving forward and not looking back in that rearview mirror that we like to do sometimes because it's comfortable and it's safe and it makes us feel good and all those things. Like sometimes you just really have to put boundaries on yourself. It's like the reality of it. And sometimes I think that we forget that. And we try to put all of these little boundaries and these little safeguards in place, thinking that we're keeping others away and we're keeping others at bay and we're doing all these things, where sometimes the biggest boundaries actually have to be on ourselves. Clock that T. What? Okay, clock that T. Right? And I think that when you really do the work and really try to self-discover and really try to become more self-aware and really try to figure out what your I'll say weaknesses are versus your strengths, and figure out where you fall short or where you have fallen short in the past and all those things. I think when you really start to do that, that's how you are able to really move forward and keep that process of healing going. If you continuously look at yourself and try to ignore the weaknesses or try to blame it on somebody else or all those things, I think that's how you keep finding yourself in situations time and time again where you look up and you be like, well, why do I keep ending up here? Why do I keep finding myself in this situation? Why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep doing that? And it's because you're not willing to be honest with yourself, and you're not willing to really do the work on yourself. So you're going to keep finding yourself in these situations over and over and over again. It's crazy, y'all. Like when I tell you, like I've really had to do a lot of soul searching and a lot of things like that in the midst of all of this. It's refreshing, it's eye-opening, and it is encouraging because it makes me realize that I am doing the right work, if that makes sense, right? And not only am I doing the right work, I'm doing the right work for myself and not for anybody else. And that's comforting, and that is exciting all at the same time, because it's making me see myself in a different light, and it's also making me see myself in the midst of the growth. So it's very interesting. So when I tell you boundaries have been helping Candy and I so much, like it's so cool because she has hers, I have mine. Most of them are very congruent, like we just kind of have this understanding, and it's not even a situation where we have had to like confront one another with it. It's just like kind of an understood thing, right? And it has made it so peaceful and so cordial and so comforting in knowing that we can really just move forward in what we have to do, and it not be any animosity, and it not be any hard feelings, and it not be any of those things. Yeah, we just kind of we just kind of get up every day. We do what we got to do. And she goes to her room. I go to mine, and we, you know what I'm saying? We do what we got to do. It's literally kind of like roommates and coworkers, kind of, right? Because I feel like, and I'm okay, let me do this. Let me only speak for myself. I feel like because there is still some work and some healing that has to be done, for us to move forward and then be able to really, really get to that friendship status, if that's what's meant to be for us. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just feel like boundaries and everything like that have been a saving grace for us. Hey, Miss Arnita. Hey, Miss Vanessa. And then in the midst of it all, I'm just grateful that I have such a dope soul to be having. If I had to go through this with anybody, it's pretty cool to have to go through it with Candy, right? Because I can think of some exes that I would be pulling my hair out of my head, one strand at a time, every day. Like, you know what? This is the worst, okay? But it's just really cool to have, if I have to go through something like this that I'm going through and grow through what I'm having to grow through, it's pretty dope to be able to do it with somebody like Candy. So it's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like once we do get to the other side of this, phase that we have to finish and go through, that it's just going to be really cool, right? We'll be able to continue raising our babies and getting them to where they need to be, and we can just walk away and be cool and not, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, not have any animosity and hard feelings and all of that type of stuff. So I think it's just really, really dope. I think it's pretty cool. You know, if it had to be done, hey, it is what it is. Right? Yes, Auntie Fee. Exactly. She said roommates, co-workers, friends, and really great parents. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And yeah, and I think that one of the biggest things too is when it comes back to boundaries, when you keep the main thing, it makes it easy. Right? It makes it easy. Like, nobody's coming with, you know, ulterior motives, or nobody has any kind of, you know, underlying intent or anything like that. Like, when you keep the main thing, it's easy. Think about when you go to work. Everybody's coming to work to do a job, and everybody keeps the main thing, and then they keep it moving, and they do what they got to do, and you clock out and you go home, right? Same concept. Keep the main thing, and you ain't got to worry about nothing else. There ain't no point, right? Keep the main thing. And I think that's what is really been helping us move forward in this and keep everything going and all of that. So yeah, I just thought that it would be cool to talk about that, because I feel like sometimes boundaries can be very, very difficult for a lot of people. Every time I talk about this, I know there are always people, you know, some best friends in the comments that be like, I struggle with that, or it's difficult, or I understand what you mean, and something like that, because it just is. Like, it's just hard, especially when you are used to a certain standard, or a certain level, or a certain thing, and it has to shift and adjust. Sometimes that can be hard. But it's a part of it. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the process. But yeah, so that is what I wanted to share with you guys tonight. Now, what I always look forward to, honey, let's get into some questions. Does anybody have any questions for me? You know, we always open it up for Q&A. So you guys let me know. Do you guys have any questions at all? Anything that you have just been burning to ask me, or anything that you guys have been wondering in the midst of seeing us go through this transitional phase? That's what I like to call it. It's a transition. We're going through a transitional phase. Right? Transitions are good. Transitions are good in music. Transitions are good in movies. Transitions are good in life. Transitions are just always good, because there's always something good on the other side of a transition. I believe. Even when it may not necessarily look like it in the moment, there's always something good on the other side of a transition. It just is, girl. It just is. So let me know. Does anybody have any questions for me at all? I know it's a little late, and I'm sorry I'm calling you guys late, but we had to get the babies in bed, and Kendi had softball practice and then had to come home and finish homework, and so it was just a typical day, girl, just a typical day with schoolwork and all of the things and activities. But let me know any questions, y'all. And no question is a silly question. No question is a dumb question. No question is too much, but just know that I do reserve the right that I may not necessarily have to answer. But let me know, because you guys always ask really good questions, and I think that's what helps us have good conversation as well. So let me know. Any questions? Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Let me turn that off. Y'all so quiet? No questions? I'm shocked. Girl, I am shocked. Oh, by the way, best friends, if anybody is new and you're trying to figure this thing out, because especially if you're a new best friend, you're trying to figure out, okay, first of all, like, how are y'all connected? How are you and Kendi a thing? Like, why is this a thing that you guys are sharing with us, that you guys are no longer going to be together? What is it? Definitely go to the website. I think it should be posted somewhere on the screen somewhere. Go to our website, sincerityjohnson.com. You can get our books, Moments of Redemption and Moments of Resurrection, girl, and get caught completely up. And you can see, girl, all of the crazy things, okay, that we have endured over the years. And then also make sure you get your conversation cards, because those that Kendi and I created is what helped us start to really repair the lines of communication and be able to have some major necessary conversations. And it will also help you, whether you are in the dating world, to really have some true conversations with people and figure out where they actually fit in your life. Okay. Deanna said, will you still do most of the cooking while I'm here? Yes. Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, I got to make sure the babies eat. I got to make sure the babies eat. I got to make sure I eat. And then, girl, you think I'm going to be here and then let Kendi starve? No, ma'am. So yeah, I will continue to do most of the cooking, while I am here. And then once I transition out of the household, then I'm going to be doing all the cooking in my place. Because I won't have nobody to cook for me. So, yes, I will continue to still do most of the cooking. But it's something that I enjoy doing anyway. And it just works, right? We still are doing things that works for the collective. The collective is me, Kendi, and Caleb, and Kendi. So the collective, we still do things that make sense for the collective, especially with activities and, just, everything. So, yeah. Miss Arlene said, Sean, do you still have your own Facebook page? I have always had my own Facebook page, Miss Arlene, but I do nothing with it. Like the last time I think I posted on my Facebook page, have I even posted on it this year? Yeah, when I was sharing stuff from Sincerity Johnson, but I don't do anything on my personal page. Everything that I do is here. And then of course you guys find me on the Sincerity Johnson page, but outside of that, but yes, I've had my own Facebook page since 2008 or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, no, I still have my page, and it's not going to go anywhere. I just don't do anything with it because everything is done here. So yes, I do. And I don't have any intentions. I know probably the next question is, are you going to start doing your own stuff? No, I have no intentions to do that, because at this point in time, there's no reason to. Anything that I would say, post, feel, blah, 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 I just put it here. I just put it here. So, what other questions? That's all questions y'all got, is whether I'm going to be cooking and if I got a Facebook page. That's it. So, okay. So I have a question for y'all, best friends, since you don't have any more questions for me. For those who wonder, and if any of you guys have wondered, if you have asked me if I have my Facebook page, my own Facebook page, or if I have intentions on creating my own Facebook page, I'm curious to know, what is it that you are looking for from me? because maybe that'll help me have better conversations with you guys. What is it that you're looking for from me that you would expect on a separate page? Hopefully I phrased that question right. Because that'll tell me, like, okay, what is it that you're looking for from me? Like, because if there's something that you feel like I'm not willing to share, or I'm not willing to talk about over here, or something like that, because it's not my own page, that's the furthest from the truth. I can just do it here. So I'm curious to know, for those people who have asked me if I have my own page, or if I plan to have my own page, what is it that you're looking for from me? Because then that'll help me provide more to you guys that you might benefit from, because the goal is for you guys to benefit. Okay, so let me know that. That's a good one. And to our amazing replay community, if you come across this, answer that question for me too. Arlene said, I was just wondering, once you move out, would you still post on Candy's page, or would you use your own page? So I think a little bit of the misconception is that because it's called the Candy Sincerity Johnson page, that it's really Candy's page. It's really both of our, it's like the family's page, if that makes sense. That's the reason why you see Kennedy on here, you see Caleb on here, you see me, you see her. But the reason why it was named that is because we once upon a time had a website and everything that was that. But really, because Candy has her own personal page, I have my own personal page, but neither one of us really do anything with our personal pages because everything is here. So I think that a lot of times when people see the page, they're like, oh, that's Candy's page because it says Candy Sincerity Johnson, but it's really a collective page. Now, could that change in the future? Possibly, but as of right now, it's just a collective page. Yeah. So it's like when you go to Walmart, no, bad example. Let me think of another good example. Like when you go to a steakhouse, you go there and you're like, oh, I'm going to go there for a steak. But then you go in there and they got shrimp, they got salmon, they got burgers, they got, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just the name, but underneath it, it's an array of things. Kind of the same concept. Hope that makes sense. So just because it says Candy Sincerity Johnson, it's the family's page. So hope that makes sense. Which is why I shared, when my sister had her gender reveal, I posted stuff about that. My mom's birthday last year, whenever that was, I put stuff about that. When my granny passed, all the things. So it's not just Candy's page. Now, do you see her majority of the time? Yes. But I'll tell you why. Because Candy's more of the, I guess, vocal person is the best way to say it. Like I don't command a room like Candy does, if that makes sense. So that's probably why you see her more, because she's a better maybe public speaker than me, is maybe the best way to say it. I don't know. Hopefully y'all pick up what I'm putting down, right? So that's why you typically see her more, or that when we do, when we call you guys together, you'll notice that she speaks more, because like I'll say what I have to say, but she is just a more, outspoken person, I guess is the best way to say it. I don't know. I'm probably not choosing the right words, but yeah. So that's that. Ms. Lynn said, hello, Miss Lady. It's a separate and moving on with your personal life page, moving forward with your own life, not connected with Miss Candy other than business and the children. Got you. Well, I will tell you this, Ms. Lynn, ain't nothing going on. But the business and the children. So even if I had a second page, y'all would literally be bored to tears, because I would probably never post on there because nothing else is going on. Like my day generally consists of me getting up, doing my affirmations and praying, working out at some point in time in the day, stuff with King K, and stuff with the business. That's it. Now, when that changes, I will share that on here too. Like if I start traveling or whatever it is that I do, it'll be here. So you guys will see that too. So yeah, so it's not like I'm keeping other parts of my life private and because it's a shared page. Legitimately, best friends, you guys are seeing everything that's going on. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are literally seeing everything that's going on. Ms. Lynn said, "Are you open to moving forward?" In what way? Because I am already moving forward. So I'm curious to know in what way do you mean, so I can make sure I answer your question properly. Because I'm already moving forward, but I want to make sure that I understand your question so I can answer it correctly. But yeah, I think that's funny. I think that you guys think that I'm living like this double life or this secret life. Girl, bye. No. Like literally, when I hang up with you guys, I'm getting ready to go upstairs. I'm gonna put my laundry away because I did my laundry yesterday. I'm going to shower. I'm going to put on my pajamas. And then I may find something to watch on TV for probably the next hour. And then I'm going to bed because, I have to get up early to get the kids ready for school. So, girl, it ain't like I'm finna get off here and go put on some clothes and go out and kick it. Like literally what you guys see is what's going on. And if and when that expands, I will bring y'all along too. That's funny. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But what else? What other questions? I'm waiting to see if Miss Lynn expounds on her question. Are you open to moving forward? So I can make sure I answer her question properly. I love y'all, best friends. And thank you so much for holding us down. All of us, all four of us, me, Kennedy, Caleb, Candy. Thank you for holding all of us down. Thank you for loving us over the years. Just thank you for being in a like the dopest community. Like when I say I feel like we have the dopest community. Like I feel like we have the dopest community. Lynn said, being open and ready to meet other ladies when the time is right. I'm not ready for that right now, Miss Lynn. I have so much stuff that I have to work on that, like, and I think you mean dating. I don't know if you just afraid to say it. I'm not closed off to it. Like I'm not saying to myself, oh, I'm not gonna do that, but this is not the right time. This is not the right time. Now meeting people as far as making maybe potential friends or something like that, that's fine. But dating, not right now. Not right now. I got too much other stuff that's majorly more important than dating. So that's not even on my radar. So am I open to it? Yes. Am I ready for it? No. Because if I'm honest, like if somebody approached me, I probably would tell them, girl, listen, like I don't even have anything to bring to the table right now. And that's just being God honest. I got too much other stuff that I gotta work on first. And I think that's another part of being self-aware and really embracing your journey and embracing where you are in life and understanding and know, because I think a lot of people, they rush to date because either they're trying to get over their previous relationship, or they're trying to dull a pain, or they're trying to get rid of the feeling of loneliness, or they're trying to do all of these things, or they're ignoring the fact that if you're honest with yourself, you're not in a position to date, right? Like if your finances ain't together, if your credit ain't together, if you don't have your situation and your life together, girl, go fix your life first before you go and try to attach yourself to somebody else. Because if you attach yourself to somebody else and you are in shambles, girl, you're gonna be a wreck in that relationship and you ain't gonna be no good. Like, get yourself together before you try to do something. And so that's what I'm really trying to do. Like, I'm trying to get myself together so that I am a complete and whole package before I try to go out and attach myself to somebody else. Does that make sense? Like, I think so many times that we don't want to really sit in the fact that you got work to do before you try to go do something else. Lynn said, is it because of your ties with Miss Candy? No, it's because of all the reasons why I just named. Yeah, it's legitimately that. Like, if we want to have the real conversation, girl, what I look like trying to go out and date with somebody and I still live with my ex-wife? You ain't even got your own place. What I look like trying to go out and date somebody and I still got to get my finances and stuff in order. Girl, who you trying to date and you still trying to get your foundational stuff together? Girl, go sit down. Girl, what I look like trying to go out and date somebody and I'm still trying to fully heal from a relationship that literally just ended like not even 6 months ago. Girl, go sit down. Go get your life together. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you really think about it and really do the work, girl, go sit down and get yourself together first. Okay? Go get yourself together before you try to go and do something else. Don't put the cart before the horse. Right? Like, that's grown woman-ish. Right? Doris said the last time he said, yeah, I did. Right. Like, ATP said that makes perfectly good sense. Jacqueline said it makes perfect sense. Arlene said, yes, that makes. Girl, go. Like Ayana said, girl, go fix your life first. And then you can go out here and see if it's something that's meant to be for you. Okay. So, but I appreciate the question, Miss Lynn. And I appreciate the fact that some of the best friends still, what am I trying to say? Still have hopes or believe that there is, something out there for me and they want me to still believe in love and all of the things, because I do. I'm not bitter. I'm not angry. I'm not any of those things. I still believe in love. I think love is amazing. And I also believe that there's a time and a place for it. And I also believe that when it's meant to be, it will be. And I also believe that when the time is right, it will be, and all those things, right? And I'm not rushing. I'm not rushing to it. There's no purpose to rush to it. For what? And where I stand right now, clearly I've not even met the person yet. So it's not nothing I need to rush forward to. For what? Just take my time and focus on me and get myself together first. Love on me. How about I'm loving on me? Girl, listen. Exactly, Miss Arlene. She said, because you wouldn't be doing yourself or no one any justice. Facts, and facts. Facts. Like I would literally be walking into a situation as a liability. No, thank you. I want somebody to see me and look at me and be like, you know what? You're an asset and I'm so glad to have you. Okay, let's get on that. That's what I prefer. That's when you can, really settle in and really make something of something. Let's get to that point first. Lynn said, how long have you and Miss Candy been separated or out of a committed relationship? Just asking because of some of your responses. A couple of months. It's been a couple of months now. Renee said, do you feel like so much time is passing and still have to take time to heal and get life right? Sometimes it is scary thinking about the future. Hold on, let me expand this. Do you feel like so much time is passing and still have to take time to heal and get life right? Sometimes it is scary thinking about the future, and time does not wait, and just believing you will be okay. And if it is for you, then it will be. So Renee, is that a question or a statement? Because it kind of started off as a question, but then it ended like a statement. It was a really good statement, though. I like it, but I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not ignoring a question. Lori said, God will place the right person in your life when he knows you are ready. Exactly. And I'm not rushing. I am at peace with where I am in my journey. I am on this journey for a reason, and I need to make sure that I take the time to gather all of the lessons that I'm supposed to be learning, that I'm doing all the work that I'm supposed to be doing, and all of the things. Like, I'm not interested in rushing, even though I think what Miss Renee was trying to say is that in so many words, life is kind of short and time is steadily ticking. I get that. But let's just be honest, best friends. I'm going to be 46 in November, God willing. I don't know if I have another 5 years, 10 years, 30 years, 40 years, right? But let me do right by the time that I have and not rush it because I feel like the clock is ticking. That's like almost putting like a expiration date on yourself. And I don't want to do that. I want to live life to the fullest. And I want to make sure that I'm taking my time. And I want to make sure that I'm doing the work. And I want to make sure that I'm learning the lessons because I'm still learning them. Right? And yeah. So I just gotta pump my brakes and take the journey as where I'm supposed to be on it. Trifina said, if Candy would I think she said would move to another state, would you go to be close to the kids? I would want to. I would absolutely want to, because at the end of the day, I want to be by my kids. I have been by my kids every day in some capacity since they were born. So if Candy decided to move to another state, even if I was not ready in that moment, I would be doing everything that I possibly could to be ready so that I could get there as quickly as I could. Because at the end of the day, I want to be close to my kids. But I also understand that Candy has a life to live and is not dependent on me anymore. And so if she decided that her and the kids were going to move, then I have to do my part so that I can be in a place where I could go where they are. Because at the end of the day, I want to be near my kids until they go off to college and do their own thing. Because then at that point, you know, our job has been done for that phase of their life, right? So yes, I would want to be close to them, and I would be trying to do everything that I possibly could in my power to get to a point that if I was not already ready, to get ready so I could get there as soon as I could. Renee said, that's exactly what I'm saying, and you answered the question. Thanks for being you. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I think I answered it, didn't realize that I answered it. But you're welcome. You're welcome. Good questions, y'all. Good conversation, good questions. Anything else? Anything else, best friends? All right. Well, if there not be any other questions or anything like that, thank y'all for hanging out with me. Thank you for listening to me. I feel like the first part of the call was a little rambling. But hopefully you guys understood and got what I was trying to say. And if you have questions that come up, definitely put them in the comments. You guys know I always answer the questions, even in the comment section, okay? Lynn said, Miss Candy is a go, Aries to the fullest. We'll elaborate later why I say this. Be blessed and have a peaceful night. Rest, Miss Shawn. Thank you so much, love. I appreciate that. Not quite sure what that means, but definitely feel free to expound on that. I think that sometimes we can take the astrology a little too far, but I will say that Candy is dope as she is, and she has led this family for 2 decades, and she continues to lead it. And she's going to continue to lead it even once, you know, we go our separate ways and that, and she does amazing at it. So I'm not sure what you meant by that, but I would love for you to expound, and then maybe I can respond to it. Or maybe if you want to share it when we're, you know, calling you guys together. That way it's not a situation where it's like me against her or something like that. But I would love for you to expound, and maybe that'll be a good thing for you to do when we're both sitting here together. I'll put it that way. Okay. All right. Well, best friends, you guys have a great, great night. Again, I'm about to go and have fun with my laundry. and then shower and find me something to watch on TV until it is time for me to shut it off and go night night. All right. Love you guys. And I will talk to you guys soon, and very soon. I love you, best friends. Good night.